don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap.
The views and opinions expressed by the host and the guests are solely their individual opinions and does not reflect the opinions of the CannaShame Network.
TrueLeaf tumbling today after reporting an earnings miss for its latest quarter. The company, though, did post record revenue for the year, coming in at more than $1.2 billion in 2022. That's a 32% increase from the prior year.
$1.2 billion made by a company. Why is the focus so focused on money? Why are we so focused on money when it comes to cannabis? While so many people are incarcerated for the same plant, that these companies that are coming in to take over the different markets in your local community to brag about making billions of dollars. We need to make this make sense. Let's find out what social equity programs that they have for real. Not saying that they don't have some people that they're highlighting, but really and truly, who's behind the scenes? Who are the people that they really are supporting? I don't know. These are just the questions that I have. Another question that I do have is, what are they doing about those who are incarcerated because of this plant? Are their beliefs more so in making profit off of this plant, while so many others are locked up because of this plant? Not only they're locked up because of this plant, once they are released back to society, they are still blocked from entering the market. It's just like they continue to put up stumbling blocks for those who have been utilizing this plant before it became okay for huge corporations to come take part of it. Cannabis is still illegal federally. However, there are thousands and thousands of dollars being collected by the federal government in taxes. Most of these companies, well, all of the cannabis companies focus on being cash-based. Why? Because there's no safe banking act for them. And if there are any banks out there that will accept a cannabis company, they have astronomical fees per month just to manage their cannabis business. So you have quite a few people in this cannabis space that are actually being robbed. Not only by the government, but they are being robbed by the average person on the street who has the misconception that these people are actually making money. This system was set up for the rich, as usual, which started back in 1937 with the passing of the Marijuana Tax Act. The Marijuana Tax Act was created to tax the hemp product so high that your average everyday farmer could not afford the fees just to enter the market, which is the same thing that's going on right now in all of these states where they are trying to, the so-called medical cannabis dispensaries / adult use, recreational use companies, while they are there going to the legislators, they're having people to be cornered out of this market because they can't afford to pay the taxes, can't afford to pay the extra fees for bank accounts, can't afford to pay for the security needed to protect their cash-based assets. We have to make that make sense. This system appears to be designed for the smaller businesses to fail. However, there is hope. New York is paving the way. New York is paving the way for the so-called underdog, for the ones that have been incarcerated, by creating programs for those who've been disenfranchised from the cannabis business. Now, these people right here, the ones from the legacy market, what about the folks from the legacy market who's been keeping us all afloat the entire time until it became okay for these commercial businesses to come in and swoop in and take over the cannabis industry? Not only are they trying to take over the cannabis industry, they're just trying to block these local CBD stores. What are you going to do? You talk about, hey, I'm one person. I have one voice. The benefit of being that one person with that one voice, you have a vote. If you are eligible to vote, you can actually utilize your voice and your vote at the polls. You can utilize those same fingers that you have on social media to tinker around and laugh and look at videos and memes like that. You have the opportunity to utilize those same fingers and email your local representative, your county commissioners, your state representative, your U.S. senator, and your U.S. congressman. What I'm saying is, your voice does matter. You just have to believe in it. Don't listen to the people who are telling you no, your voice doesn't matter, because your voice does matter. And just like that, what happened? Change. You just have to believe in yourself, believe in your voice, and believe that your vote matters. Now is the time to go ahead and set up candidates that fits your beliefs to be elected. Hope. But what's failing right now is the campaign promises that never came to fruition, or it was altered in some way. Don't blow smoke up my ass and call it sausage. I'm just being honest. Don't do it. All I can say is, back to the subject at hand. With all these MSOs out here that is painting themselves as a medical cannabis company, getting licenses in multiple states, it makes you wonder if it's all about the patients. Seriously, if it's all about the patients, then why is the first thing out of your mouth about the billions of dollars you have made in this market? Think about that. Patients over profit. Just like pharmaceutical companies, it seems like, why should I have to pay thousands of dollars for this life-saving pharmaceutical product for myself to save my life if it's supposed to be about the patients, right? No, it's about profit. You have to take this one pill to go to the other just for the side effects. But think about this. y'all so-called MSOs, well, not so-called, y'all MSOs that's taking over. Think about this. Think about the patience. We know that you're big and powerful. We know that you have the money. We know that you can shut down any CBD store and stuff like that. We know that you can. But why would you if it's supposed to be about the patience? I'm not saying that, hey, it's enough money. No, what I'm saying is reallocate some of that money towards programs to stop recidivism of those convicted of cannabis-related convictions. Do something about that. Go ahead and visit or set up some type of indigent programs for those who are incarcerated in the prison system so that they will be able to have what so many of us take for granted out here: soap, shampoo, snacks, a comb, a toothbrush, or just a simple letter. What have you MSOs done for those who have been locked up? What have you all done for those patients and the caregivers? So many people forget about the caregivers, those who take up the time out of their life, out of the norm, just to go ahead and take care of their loved one while forgetting and neglecting themselves because of the love that they have for their loved one. Yeah, I know this is a lot to handle. I know this is a lot. But think about this. This life that we are living now is all we got right now. However, we are responsible for our own karma. Say, for instance, once you cross over and then maybe when you return back, that's if you do believe in reincarnation. You don't want to come back less than and have to pay for what you did in this lifetime. Think about the patience. Think about others besides yourself. Think about something besides dominating. Maybe I don't know because I've never been an athlete or anything like that. But the only competition to where I wanted to come in first, yeah, that was music. I guess that is kind of like a competition. However, I would not crush the underdog intentionally. But if we all had a level playing ground, that would be wonderful. I live in Georgia. And there's been so much controversy when it comes to the medical cannabis program that's here. With the medical cannabis program, that was so much controversy where Haley's Hope didn't pass, but then the Georgia Hope Act did pass, which was it gave so many people hope about getting their meds, but when the time came for the meds to come, there was a holdup. People forgot about this. People forgot about the fact back in 2020 when the applications were being submitted that the one company that won had filed a lawsuit against Georgia to hold up the process so that they can get their application in. Ain't that something? And so many people forgot about this. They forgot about that first initial lawsuit that pretty much turned into like a domino effect. The domino effect, like after the licenses were awarded and the controversy was raised, and why were so many redacted forms of the application? I mean, page after page of redactions. that makes you wonder, right? And not to mention that in 2021, that one of the winners of the Class 1 licenses is affiliated or associated in a matter of corruption. That was a convicted they were actually convicted of bribery in Florida. You can look that up. And they're still out there bragging billions of dollars. What about the patients? That's my question. So, the moral of the story is we all are responsible for our own karma. Seriously, I've heard this story before. You don't have to be religious, but you can take it for what it is, whether it's a story, a fable. It doesn't matter. Hey, this is a free zone. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I believe. This is just something I just wanted to share, to just compare with what a lot of these billion-dollar companies, billion-dollar people are doing. But we're going to start with this. Jesus said, there was a rich man who always dressed in the finest clothes and lived in luxury every day. And a very poor man named Lazarus, whose body was covered with sores, was laid at the rich man's gate. He just laid there. I mean, I know this is not actually what it says in the Bible, that what I'm saying right now, but it goes on further and it says he wanted to eat only the small pieces of food that fell from the rich man's table. And the dogs would come and lick his sores. You know, later, Lazarus died, and the angels carried him to the arms of Abraham. The rich man died too. He was buried in the place of the dead. He was in so much pain. The rich man saw Abraham far away with Lazarus at his side. He called, "Father Abraham, have mercy on me. Send Lazarus to dip his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am suffering in this fire." But Abraham said, "Child, remember when you were alive? You had the good things in life, but bad things happened to Lazarus. Now he is comforted here, and you are suffering. Besides, there is a big pit between you and us, so no one can cross over to you, and no one can leave there and come here." The rich man said, "Father, then please send Lazarus to my father's house. I have 5 brothers, and Lazarus could warn them so that they will not come to this place of pain." But Abraham said, "They have the law of Moses and the writings of the prophets. Let them learn from them." The rich man said, "No, Father Abraham, if someone goes them from the dead, they will believe and change their hearts and lives." But Abraham said to him, "If they will not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not listen to someone who comes back from the dead." That being said, there are plenty of doctrines, books, stories out there for all these rich corporations, governmental officials. It's plenty of people out there and that could help the underdog, that could help the Lazarus that's out there. That's what I call the underdogs, the Lazaruses, or the forgotten ones. Oh yeah. You all have a chance. You all have a chance right now. Y'all large corporations, y'all can fix this. Don't talk about it, be about it. We're tired of hearing about all these billions of dollars of profits that these companies are making. We're tired of hearing about that. What we want to hear about is, what are you doing to make it better for those who are incarcerated off of this plant that you are making money from? Don't end up like the rich man. Don't. Whether you believe or not. As I always say, we are responsible for our own karma. They talk about generational curses. Whether you believe this or not, whether you get it, whether your kids get it, or anybody that you care about, or in the future, or if you're reincarnated, if, you come back and you find yourself in a terrible position and you always wonder, why am I here? Could it be the karma from my past life? I don't know. There are so many questions. There are so many unanswered questions. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for joining me. And make sure you tap in on Sunday, May 21st, with the CannaShame podcast with special guest Kyle Daniels. You can follow Kyle at CannaPro USA on all social media platforms. And since we was talking about these MSOs, this is just a kickoff to the show coming up May 31st, Yo Rants, episode 3. MSOs and the state of the legacy market, with the first guest on this particular show will be Gina J. You can follow Gina J at GINA.info on all social media platforms. She's out of California. She's going to be coming on the show, and we're going to have a deep down discussion about these MSOs and the legacy market. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the CannaShame Network using @CannaShame. Make sure you like and share Yo Rants at Yo Rants 101 on all social media platforms. Thank you for joining us today. And remember this: nobody's perfect, but try to do the best that you can. That we are responsible for our own karma. So go ahead and just go be kind to somebody. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Bye.